Hey guys, it's John from Album Review TV. It's time for my first album review that I've done in a while, and it's one that I told you guys that I wanted to go back and touch on, and I kind of promised to a few people that I would review it, so I hope you enjoy this. It's my review of Katy Perry's fourth studio album. It's titled PRISM, and it was released back in October. I just now, this month, got around to downloading and listening to this record, and I have to say that for someone who's not really a Katy Perry fan, and for someone who's had trouble getting into her past and just has a lot of problems with the way she does certain things, this album was quite interesting for me to listen to and quite enjoyable at times. It was a little bit surprising and shocking to me how many tracks I actually ended up finding myself really getting into and just indulging and overindulging in, especially when it comes to tracks like Dark Horse. Dark Horse was a promotional single. I believe fans voted for like which ones got released before the album came out, and Dark Horse featuring Juicy J was released ahead of time and has officially been released. It was actually on my birthday released as the third single from this record, so I thought that was kind of cool, and I started listening to that track because I heard it the latter half of the song on the radio one day, and I can't take it off repeat. The trap style beat just really draws me in, and it keeps me listening. Like, I can't ever get the beat out of my head, but I'm kind of okay with that. It's one of those songs that just, yeah, it might not be, it's a pop album, it's a pop record, everything about it is nothing like exploring anything too creative lyrically. But I think Katy Perry, with this song especially, has kind of reinvented herself, and with this whole album, she really went with a different approach. Dark Horse, though, is just stands out so far high above the rest of its peers here on PRISM because of just the way it was crafted. Max Martin, Dr. Luke, Katy Perry, overall, and just the way the production and everything was done. Good job. That's all I can really say, because you've made a pop song that, yes, it might seem like it should be a guilty pleasure for me or something like that, but honestly, I just love this song. I even like Juicy J's verse in this track, and for someone who is not really a 3-6 Mafia fan or a Juicy J fan, that's saying something right there. It fits well with the vibe that this song puts off. This whole record puts off so many different feels. It doesn't just go one way. It doesn't just feel like a straight up pop record. It's got a little bit of everything. I love the way the track International Smile flows. It almost sounds like it could have been produced by Daft Punk at times. I like the way the vocal samples fly around in the latter half of the song, and just it's so synthy and airy and bright, but then you've got like your tracks that just sound a little bit more mysterious, like Legendary Lovers. That one has like a sitar, sounds kind of Middle Eastern, maybe even Indian style culture, and I don't know if that's becoming some sort of a theme among pop stars to be trying that, because I remember Selena Gomez trying that earlier this year. But in the case of Legendary Lovers, it actually turns into a really, really cool track that I was not expecting to really enjoy. But overall, that one is just a very enthralling listen. There are tracks that are more of a bore to me, like Ghost, Love Me, Roar, the first single from the record, Roar. It just feels, it is extremely cliche lyrically, but I like the way the beat flows, and I really don't even want to get into the whole thing with it sounding like Brave by Sarah Bareilles. I don't even know how to say her last name. Sorry, I don't really listen to her. But everybody was saying that it was copying Sarah's song, Brave, the way the beat was styled. But then you have to argue, these songs have been in the works for a while, and, sometimes pop songs do tend to sound like each other. It just so happened that they were released in the same year. Walking on Air is exactly what it sounds like. It's kind of a breeze. It's not something that I feel like will stay with the listener for a really long time, but I also think it is an enjoyable listen and something that, Katy Perry fans are going to enjoy. Birthday is one that I unexpectedly enjoyed once again. So this whole, the first half of the album just really hit pretty good with me. It's just the second half, once we get past International Smile, kind of like the latter half of the album is where it really just started losing momentum to me. Double Rainbow was not a track that sat well with me. This Moment, Love Me, and Ghost, like I already mentioned, just kind of felt dull for the most part. Ghost was a nice slower song, but I just didn't feel like it fit well in the context of the record and just the track listing, the way it flowed. I felt like it kind of like messed up the flow. I think it would have fared better being at the end of the record. By the grace of God, it really closes out the record on a note that I fully enjoy because yes, I don't know. I think Katy Perry is kind of a hypocrite in the sense, but aren't we all? Because she talks about, God in some of her songs, and I know that she used to be a Christian recording artist, but then the next moment she's up on stage squirting cream out of her boobs on stage, kind of sending mixed signals there, especially to the kids, but I think she's kind of trying to move away from that image a little bit of like with her past record, Teenage Dream, one that I really could not stand at all for the most part. I'm just so glad that she's past that phase because the whole like marketing thing behind PRISM was, the first thing we saw was her burning one of those blue wigs, and I was like, well, thank God. And then I finally got around to checking out this record, and I have to say, like I said, I'm pretty impressed with it. 3.5 out of 5 for me. Moderate replay factor. There's a lot of songs that I'm going to be taking off of here. If you want, check out the description. You'll see my favorites, my rating, the release date, all that sort of thing. And of course, the links to my Twitter, Facebook, vlog, etc. are all down there as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you missed my contest, you can check out the rules and everything, how you can enter. You've still got a little bit of time to enter that. If you want to, you can check out the link to the description for my top 15 albums video of 2013. That's where I explained it. And if you missed my top 50 songs of the year, those are in the description as well. Thanks so much for liking the video, guys, and subscribing to the channel. Over 5,000 of you guys now. And if you enjoyed the review, make sure you share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, guys. Album Review TV, beyond the reviews. Hope to see you in 2014.